Going on, everyone? MrJ Gilbert here, and in this video, I'm going to talk about Far Cry 6. A little bit about me. I'm a teacher by day, gamer by night. I am also a dad, so I don't really have a lot of time as it is to play video games. So what I like to do on this channel to kind of set me apart from all the other reviewers on the platform is I want to give you an honest perspective of what the game is like from my perspective, right? A dad, a teacher, and a gamer who just sacrifices sleep late at night so I can actually get, my gaming playtime in. To kick this thing off, here's a quick rundown of what Far Cry 6 is before we get into all my opinions on the game. The game starts, you are Danny Rojas from a fictional Caribbean nation of Europe.
Can you whistle?
What?
Nah, you can't whistle.
You will eventually join a guerrilla movement called Libertad to overthrow the dictator Anton Castillo, who is played by Giancarlo Esposito. Castillo is using Yara to produce a drug called Vivero, which is supposed to be a revolutionary cancer-treating drug. Like all Far Cry games, though, Castillo makes some unethical leadership moves, and you are tasked with uniting the rebel factions of Yara to dismantle his regime. You'll travel all over the island, gaining strength and weakening Castillo's. That being said, what the game does right, though, it first hits you with that Cuban-inspired aesthetic. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The vibe in Yara, immaculate. Ubisoft really nailed the atmosphere here. The world feels like that tropical paradise. The mountains, waterfalls, jungles, and towns. Just everything nails that vibe. To go with the environment, though, the soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. Whether it's the radio playing Latin hits while you're cruising a 1950s classic car, or even just modern day songs that you know and love, the audio in Far Cry 6 is absolutely fantastic. I actually spent a good amount of time just driving around, one, looking at the game, but two, just listening to music, and it's like, dang, this is a good vibe. I like this, like the aesthetics of it, the look of it, the music that was popping, a lot of upbeat music, little Havana, like I'm dancing in Havana. It was great. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that part. Another very, very big positive to the game is Giancarlo Esposito's Anton Castillo. Wow, he brings a level of cold, calculated leadership that really makes his character unpredictable, which as he should be, right? As a leader of that kind of fallen apart nation that Yara is. The only thing is, I just wish they would have used him more. He was in the game, but he could have been in the game more. Like, they could have really leaned into like his madness, you know what I mean? And his unethical rule. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to ruin too much of it, because if you guys are interested in playing the game, absolutely check it out. But if you have played the game, you know what I'm talking about? Like, he did a great job. They could have played that up a little bit more. The action scenes, just like in any Far Cry game, are explosive, especially once you start using all Supremos and really diving into what the Supremos have, and the missile launching backpacks and the healing backpacks, all of that, right? So the Supremos were kind of nice, kind of playing around with those and kind of making a build around them. Unfortunately, Far Cry 6 does do some things wrong. And I don't want to say necessarily wrong, but like just typical. You played a Far Cry game, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Far Cry 6 is your typical Far Cry game, right? You have that familiar loop of capturing bases, clearing checkpoints, climbing towers, and just those fetch quests, that Ubisoft loves doing in all of those all their games, especially the Far Cry games since Far Cry 3, right? But there is a lot of side content, so if you love that, awesome. If you don't love that, it does start to feel a little overwhelming. And I'll be honest, I kind of found myself about halfway through kind of hitting a wall with all of the side missions and all of the things that I could go collect, or all of the races that I could go do or whatnot. Really, I just kind of hard grind the storyline after a while, and that was enough for me, because I was still doing some things along the way, but I wasn't doing everything in one area and everything in the next area, right? I was only kind of doing maybe a couple things that I needed to do as I was doing the storyline. And the storyline was enough. Like I was invested in it. I thought it took some great turns, some good set pieces, and a lot of different world building and character building. The story was compelling enough as it was. I eventually just wanted to see the revolution kind of through to the end. I don't, another negative that I had for the game, and I don't want to talk about the ending because with the ending, it comes with its own ups and downs, right? There was a what, no way kind of moment in the end, but the rest of the ending, I'm like, oh, that's it? Like that's all they did. They couldn't do anything more with that. So I really wish they would have expanded on the end game a little bit, or the end like story, like how everything wrapped up. But there was one moment where I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So it was good enough. If you are like me and you got that dad life schedule, I said at the beginning of the video that I'm being a dad, having a full time job with limited playing time. I kind of look at gaming under a different lens, right? So in this part of the video, I'm going to give my just accessibility to the lifestyles like mine. Okay. So if you're up sacrificing sleep, trying to play video games, or if you got like 30 minutes to an hour to play, like before dinner or while the kids are playing outside or something like that, the majority of the missions in the game are only about 15 to 20 minutes. So that's not terrible. Um, Saving can be a little tricky though, because it mainly just an autosave feature. So like after fast travels or completing activities or races or things like that, like it autosaves for you. So you kind of have to like do something in the game to trigger autosave. But again, most things are pretty easy. So if you're just kind of like, oh, I got like 10 minutes. I want to go do a fishing thing, or I want to go do a racing thing, or I want to go collect this treasure real quick, right? You can log on, do that thing. You can log out if you want, right? So you can absolutely chunk Far Cry. Some of the story beats, some of the set pieces do kind of get a little longer, but for the most part, you can absolutely just pop on for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and kind of do something in the game and eventually beat it. So all in all, you can absolutely play Far Cry 6 on that busy dad schedule. Final verdict. I would say I would give it a. I'm not going to give like a number rating because those are always subjective, right? Which is mine is too, but mine's a little more from the busy perspective of life. I would say absolutely play it when you have time, right? It's not one of those games where you need to set aside time, like, oh, I have to get to this game. I have to play this game. I would say just play it when you have time, right? It's kind of a really good like rainy weekend game, like you're not going outside, you're not going anywhere. Instead of watching TV or put on a movie or something, go play Far Cry 6 for an hour or two, right? That's the kind of game I would give it, right? It doesn't reinvent the wheel or anything, but just the music alone and the vibe of the game is fun enough just to pop in there. Again, set pieces in a Far Cry game are absolutely entertaining. But again, you got like 20 minutes free, pop on and go play it. So all in all, that's my rating on Far Cry 6. What do you guys think of it? Did I kind of hit the major points? Did I leave something out? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to try to put more of these videos out of the games that I get to play, the games that I get to, games that I'm interested in. And if there's a game that you want me to play or give a review on, please put it in the comments below and we'll kind of talk about it, have that little conversation. So I appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.